Due to popular demand, today we're stepping outside Dubai into one of UAE's most growing areas. Yes, we're in Ras Al Khaimah. I'm Rana Tabbara and you're watching Dubai Property Playbook. Hi, Mr. Sameh. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
We're very happy to be here in Ras Al Khaimah, the emirate that is turning heads for its luxury resorts, branded residences, and even the tax-friendly appeal. So that is where my first question would come. Do you see Ras Al Khaimah as being the next Dubai anytime soon?
Dubai is a very difficult benchmark to compete with, but we don't need to. You know, Dubai has its own unique appeal. It's a beautiful city. I personally live there and I work here. I think Ras Al Khaimah is different. It has a totally different offering. I think Ras Al Khaimah is more about nature, more about marine life, more about the sea, the mountains, the trekking. It's more in contact with nature. That's, I think, the distinction.
Sounds very nice. And for people who are not really aware about the market right here, or what kind of rental yields and appreciation do investors see in Ras Al Khaimah? And does it differ between segments?
It obviously it differs, locations, size of unit, segments, for sure. The rental yields, I would say, hover around 5 to 6% at this stage.
Nice.
But I'm seeing them escalating to much higher rental yields of 8 to 9% for regular rentals, for regular long-term leases. But with the short-term tourist stay rentals, even at 50% occupancy or even 40% occupancy, our study suggests that you can generate close to 15% net yield. So it's an interesting proposition.
And we all know that you recently launched a branded residence. We would like to know how the market reacted to that. Anantara Mina Residences. Can you tell us, please?
Our focus on branded residences is to select those that have a hospitality experience. You know, it's not just slapping a name on the building and charging more. No, what we're trying to do is to attract partners like Anantara that have something to offer. There's a value add, there's service, there's experience in hospitality. What that does, okay, it's a little bit more extra because you furnish and there's decoration that is above your norm, but also you can pull back the unit. So if you buy a unit, a villa or an apartment, you can put it back in the hotel pool, and generate revenue as if it's part of the hotel. I think that's going to be very attractive to investors.
And for people who are interested to purchase properties in this residence specifically, can you tell us a bit about the price range there?
We have huge villas, 3-bedroom villas that start at 460 meters. So even the 3 bedrooms come with a maid's room and a driver's room and their own jetty.
Nice.
They start at 12.9 roughly, which if you consider the size is quite reasonable per square foot. 4-bedroom is around the 16.5 million. And the 5 bedrooms are shy of the 20 million. So they're 19 million or so. And surprisingly, the appeal is for the more expensive. So we've sold more of the larger sizes than the smaller sizes.
That's nice to know.
People love the size and the ability to host so many people, and it's a permanent home for many. The apartments are in the 3,200 dirhams per square foot range, and this is reasonable sizes, so they're not huge suites and so on. Some, I think, are about 50 square meters. We call them the lofts, and then you have a 1-bedroom, 75 square meters or 800 square feet, etc., etc. And then we have sky villas and penthouses. Those we're saving for our special clients.
Very nice. So we can safely say that Ras Al Khaimah is attracting the ultra high net worth individuals and the high net worth individuals.
The high net worth individuals for sure. Ultra high, yes. More and more people are now recognizing what Ras Al Khaimah is about. And they recognize, I'll tell you, prices have doubled since 23.
we all know that Ras Al Khaimah offers luxury living on a beachfront or a waterfront for a lesser price in comparison to other emirates. But is the price alone enough to attract people to bet on a smaller emirate?
No, the price is never enough. Investors look at, obviously, location. That's always the key decision, location. When you talk about beachfront, what kind of beach? What are the services that are available there? So what we tried to do is curate the offering. Yes, we have the beautiful branded designed building, but we also have the activities next to it. So we look at what do you need for retail, the supermarkets, cafes, the restaurants, the beach clubs. All of that is part of the offering that we're making. The other thing is the services. As a respectable developer, what services do you offer after the sale? It's not just a matter of making a sale and then you disappear. You have to take care of your clients. You have a concierge service. We have a menu, a drop-down menu of every service that we can. Newspaper delivery, shopping, pick up from the airport, delivery, etc., etc. All of that is part of the offering. So I think people are smart enough now, and when they invest in something as beautiful as this, they want more. It's not just price.
We're seeing a lot of mega projects launching in Ras Al Khaimah. What kind of impact do they have, especially projects like Wynn Resort, on buyers' behavior and prices?
Wynn has been pivotal. I mean, Wynn is, if I have to say it, truly what attracted everybody's attention to Ras Al Khaimah. Not only because it's a gaming resort and so on, but also because it's Wynn. Wynn, if you know, is really the highest grade resort that you can aspire for. So we're very lucky that they've selected Ras Al Khaimah. We're very lucky that they selected next door to be with us.
For more stories like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
It has attracted everybody's attention. So everybody now is interested what's happening. And so I can tell you, Wynn will have close to 1,500 rooms. It's going to have 24 restaurants. It's going to have retail, concert locations, marina, etc. All of that is going to change the whole offering in Ras Al Khaimah. And everybody wants to capture a piece of that. Everybody wants to be around, because really the demand, Wynn alone cannot handle the expected demand. So we expect spillovers from tourists, from people that want to stay in Ras Al Khaimah. And the investors are seeing an opportunity there. My understanding is that Wynn can handle close to 3.5 million tourists, but the number is going to be much bigger than that. So where are they going to stay?
And besides the tourists, it will definitely attract a lot of people who are coming here to work, because it will create job opportunities.
100%. Population in Ras Al Khaimah is going to increase by 50% until 2030. All of these additional people need places to live. And right now, according to a study that was done by, I think, EY, there's a shortage of 40,000 units in Ras Al Khaimah. So our challenge is to meet that demand. Obviously, not all of it is ours, but our challenge is to do that.
And which of your projects are close in proximity to the resort?
All of them. We're literally no more than 10 minutes away. And we're going to have connectivity. Part of what we're designing here, we're building a huge marina, even for super yachts. We are going to have a water connection, potentially a helicopter connection as well.
Nice.
Airport, MENA, then
connected through air, land,
and sea.
And the sea.
Air, land, and sea, yeah.
And for my second question, RAK Developments is also interested in investing more in this emirate. You actually announced 5 billion dirhams in new projects in Ras Al Khaimah.
Correct.
What drove this bold expansion?
This has been a very significant year for us. We've transformed the organization, we've transformed the offering. If you look at some of the buildings and the designs we're offering,
these ones, for example?
I mean, every one of these is new. Everything you see on Hayat Island is now under construction. Some of the buildings, we have 1,000 units that we're going to be handing over in 2025. Nice. We're very fast in selling and in building. Bayviews is going to hand over February of 26. Cape Hyatt is going to hand over in April of 26. Quattro Del Mar is going to be very early 27.
Nice.
Anantara villas over there and the Anantara residences. We're about to start construction of the Nikki Beach hotel. We're done with Hayat Island. We've moved to Raha Island. On Raha Island, we've launched and sold out Edge. We've launched and sold out Mirasol. It's the model there. And very recently, we've launched and sold out the Sky buildings. Over there, we're going to have the Four Seasons. We signed a contract with the Four Seasons Resort. That huge part on the beach is going to be a Four Seasons Resort and residences again. So we'll have villas for sale, apartments for sale, and the hotel itself will service the residences.
Will we see RAK developments one day expanding outside of Ras Al Khaimah? Will we see it in other emirates?
We are lucky because the government is confident in what we're doing, and they've increased their shareholding with Ras Al Khaimah Properties. They used to own 5%, now their shareholding is 35%. To do that, they've given us additional land here in Ras Al Khaimah. And naturally, their focus and their direction to us focus on Ras Al Khaimah. The demand is tremendous. For the next few years, 2, maybe 3 years, I see us focusing on nothing else but Ras Al Khaimah. We will transform it. After that, who knows?
For our last segment, Mr. Sameh, before you buy, we would like to learn from you what is performing better in Ras Al Khaimah, villas or branded residences, ready to move in or off plan?
There hasn't been many villas offered. We are probably the biggest developer and we've offered the largest number, but that's kind of historic, like 5 years ago. Everything we offered sold instantly, which tells you there's tremendous demand for villas on the beach. Our future, between now and early next year, we're going to be offering quite a few luxurious villas on the beach, and we think those are going to be the highest demand. But for investors, they're looking for rental yields, they're looking for the services, they're looking for a smaller ticket price. What we try to do as RAK Properties is to have a mixed offering. Beachfront, the first row, is always the most luxurious, probably the most expensive because the land is the most expensive, and the level of finishing and so on, the brands themselves. Second rows, third rows, within the downtown area that we're now developing, I think the prices are going to be very reasonable. What we've been seeing is there's immediate pickup for any reasonably priced investment units.
Nice.
As I mentioned, Sky, Mirasol, Edge, all sold within days. I would see a growing demand in that sector, but we're keeping a few number of very high-end branded residences that I also think will do well.
Thank you, Mr. Sameh, for your time and this very insightful interview. We will be concluding here, and I'm sure the audience enjoyed this as much as I did. Thank you so much for your time.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching us. This was Nukta Dubai.